Ok, bueno, en este video les voy a explicar cómo usar el pasado perfecto. We're going to look at the past perfect. Now, in my video I just made not too long ago, we looked at using the present perfect to talk about things that people have done, like I have eaten, or you have talked, she has walked, and so forth. The past perfect is basically the same thing, but putting it in the past. So it's like instead of saying I have eaten, I'm going to say I had eaten, or you had watched that show. To do it, I'm going to show you how to form it. If you haven't yet learned the past participle yet, go back and watch the video before this one about the present perfect because it explains to you the past participle. At this point, I'm going to assume that you know this. If you don't know it, go back and watch it because you need to know it. So to do the past perfect, to say what people had done, you first need the imperfect of the verb haber. So haber does not conjugate irregularly in the imperfect like it does in the present tense. So it's on the board behind me. It's había, habías, había, habíamos, habíais, and habían. And then the past participle goes after it. It's the same for the past perfect as it is for the present perfect. So AR verbs go to the auto, like hablado, tocado. ER and IR verbs go to the ido endings, like comido or vivido. So for example, if I wanted to say, I had already done my homework when mom arrived, I could say, yo ya había hecho mi tarea cuando llegó mi mamá. Or maybe you had already watched TV when your friend called. Tú ya habías mirado la televisión cuando el amigo llamó. So what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to put a couple questions on the board, and then what I want you to do is answer them with this past perfect tense, saying what had happened. These questions might be a little bit harder than the ones that were in the present perfect video because the past perfect sometimes kind of necessitates more information, saying like I had done this when this happened, or this had happened when this happened, or something. So it's just better when there's more information given for this one. So I'll give you maybe 4 questions, and then I'll give you my answers, and then check yours, make sure the grammar's right, and hopefully you get it from there. All right. Okay, here are the questions for you on the board. I'll tell you what number 1 says in English just to make sure you understand it, and then you try and do 2 and 3. We'll do them all. I'll do all your answers by yourself. I'm not going to tell you what the other 2 mean. Hopefully you can figure those out. And then once I've just told you about number 1, pause the video so you can answer the other ones, and I'll come back with my answers, okay? So pues uno dice, ¿qué ya habías hecho hoy cuando llegaste a la escuela? So what had you already done today when you got to school? So tell me that I had already done this, or I had already done that, and then do 2 and 3 after that, and I'll give you my answers. Here we go. Ok, pues aquí tengo mis respuestas para el número 1. Yo ya me había lavado los dientes. So with this answer, I'm saying I had already brushed my teeth. Now I could add the when I arrived at school, cuando llegué a la escuela, but I don't have to because the information is already implied from the question. Notice the may in my answers. I thought I'd throw a reflexive verb in with this past perfect stuff so that you see that the pronoun goes before the había. You can't put it anywhere else. You can't attach it to anything. You have to put it in front of the había. Dos. So if you weren't sure what the question's asking, it's saying, what had your friend already done when this video started? So I mean, really, you could say anything, but I said, él or mi amigo ya había comido su almuerzo. So my friend had already eaten lunch. Y el número 3 was asking, when you were 10 years old, had you already swam in the ocean? So, pues para mí, mi reacción personal, sí, yo ya había nadado en el océano. So I had already swam in the ocean. So that's kind of the past perfect for you. It works a lot like the present perfect, just using había, habías, etc. instead of a, as, a, etc. It's not too difficult, and again, you will probably use this, especially these past participles, when you're going to, because there's also the future perfect, and there's other perfect tenses. There's a lot of them that you're going to learn eventually, so make sure you really get down these past participle things. That'll help you out in the long run. If you have any questions, I will get back to you. Thanks.